A 6 unit rooftop replacement is not a service ticket, it's a project. It's phased, it is scheduled, it is built in stages, and most field service tools have literally nowhere to put this. If you like, let's say you install retrofit work, which is multi-day, it has multiple phases with materials required, it has crews, it has progress billing. You cannot just cram all of that stuff into one job, and because then you will lose the phases, the budget, the ability to bill as the work completes instead of all, which is going to be at the end. So the commercial shops need a software which is specific to this hierarchy of data, where you have one big client who will have multiple properties, who will have multiple equipment, then you have service agreements for that equipment, and then you are doing some large projects as well, which is related to the work orders or the jobs you create. So let's do this. Let's actually go back into this project, which is gonna be the RTU Fleet Retrofit project. Now notice it has the project name and details. It has the client. So originally, what was the client that belongs, like this project belongs to? Then what is the site or the location, because that client can have multiple sites. So that hierarchy also needs to be maintained. Now this project will have multiple phases. Each phase, for example, phase 1 is estimate and approval, phase 2 is procurement, then the phase 3 is site prep and rigging, phase 4 is installation and tie-ins, and phase 5 is commissioning and handoff. Each phase will have its own work orders, and each work order can be multiple days, and you can assign different team members to it as well. So that's how basically each phase, as I said, it's going to have its own jobs, its own schedule nested under one project. So a 3-week job doesn't collapse into just a single line, and it's not off in a separate project tool. It is right here into the same hierarchy, where you can go in the clients. For that client, what are the projects which you have, then for each project what are the phases, then each phase will have its own job. So the entire hierarchy and the structure is there, and you can tie this in with the estimates module as well. So you can create, for example, good, better, best estimates, and then for each estimate you can break it down into multiple phases, and then you can invoice based on the phases as well. And that's the whole thesis in one screen, which is break fix calls, PM contracts, big capital projects all live in the same client in the same site. There is no, like, you don't need to buy a separate project app for your commercial HVAC work. What you can do is you can organize FieldCamp and its data model in a way which can work for your residential and commercial. And if you are doing large scale projects, it's going to work on that as well. That's the data model: client, sites, equipment, contracts, projects, all on one record. So the next few episodes about commercial HVAC, you are going to see how I run my day to day on FieldCamp if I am a commercial HVAC business owner. If you want this kind of a customized setup for your commercial and mechanical HVAC shop, let's get in touch. Thank you.